Good evening, I'm Greg Hurt.
And I'm Lynn Cannon. Lucy has the night off.
We are beginning with a grandmother who was attacked in a grocery store parking lot.
A purse snatcher left the 87-year-old with broken bones and bruises. 11
News reporter Jeff McShann started digging to find out how it happened and why.
He uncovered a rash of crimes outside the Randalls in the 11,700 block of West Belfort.
Could it have been prevented? Jeff has another story you'll see only on 11 News.
Reddy had the keys to the car in this hand, my purse in this hand, and the next thing I knew, I was down on the ground.
And then she was taken to a nearby hospital. You see, this 87-year-old woman named Mary was the victim of a violent purse snatching. Her arm was broken in 3 places, her knee was banged up, and she was knocked in the eye. Mary says her attacker followed her out of this Randall's grocery store on West Belfort, and suddenly, right outside the front door, he just threw her to the ground.
Because he wanted to make sure I was down and I wouldn't be able to defend myself.
Ray Anthony Lewis Jr. and Tina Marie Petrie were arrested just a few hours later. Both were charged with aggravated robbery. But Mary believes the grocery store is partly to blame. She has filed this lawsuit claiming the business knew about a crime problem in the area and did not provide adequate security.
We did an investigation and 505 major crimes occurred at that address in the 18 months prior.
Brandon Ersch is Mary's attorney.
And the people that shop at these stores are invitees, so they're invited onto these premises by the landlord so that the landlord makes money.
Right.
It's all about the profit, and these stores are making lots of money.
We made calls to Randall's corporate offices and have yet to hear back from them, but this store is not alone. In the last few months, dozens of crime victims have filed liability suits against business properties. They include an apartment complex on Kempwood where a sexual assault occurred, a check-cashing business on Bel Air where a woman was seriously wounded, a club on Jensen where a woman was beaten, a truck stop on McCarty where a customer was robbed, and a father is suing a club on Winkler where his son was murdered in the parking lot.
We don't do that.
11 News legal expert Gerald Tree says while these lawsuits are popular, they're not as successful as they were in the 70s and 80s. Because Texas lawmakers got an earful about the high price of property liability insurance.
The reason premises liability cases aren't considered as valuable as they used to be is because the jury can say, while the property owner was partially responsible, the real culprit was the criminal.
Mary agrees.
It left quite a scare in me.
But she believes businesses could and should do more to protect their patrons. Jeff McShann, 11 News.